Hello and welcome to Moose Miners. In this game we will take control of a mining operation run by Moose. They mine and sell gems, and more. We need to decide where to spend the profits, hire more miners and upgrade their gear, buy new rails and minecarts to get deeper into the mine, and the deeper you go, the more valuable gems you will find. Viewers of this channel will, of course, recognize this game from before. I played the demo a couple of months ago or so, and I was quite amused by it. I featured it during a Steam Next Fest, I believe, and it's a very traditional sort of idle game, except that, of course, there's no microtransactions. It's developed and published, self-published by Gun Studios, and I want to thank them for reaching out to me to offer me a key to play this for you on YouTube, the full version, and also to thank me for playing the demo and featuring the demo. So we're going to jump into the game and just take a look at what's new and play through the first bits of the game. And I say bits in that way because I plan to make this a little bit of a clip episode in some ways. Play a little bit, pause the video for a little bit, come back, show where the advancements, play a little bit more, and just kind of condense the first few hours of gameplay maybe or so into 20 to 30 minutes, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. So let's go ahead and play. So of course, there is Save A, which is the one I played during the demo. I did open it today on the release date, by the way, of May 10th. And speaking of release day, for the first week, it is 20% off, which puts it from the base price of $10 US to $8. So it's not an expensive game either. But you can jump in and pick up playing right where you were at, but I think it's important for this to play Save B, which I did actually start one and then delete it. So let's go ahead and make sure that's deleted properly. Yep. And then play Save B. So we have here, starting out, of course, just one Moose Miner. It has a saw on the end, of course, and a little box here to carry the gems. The gems get loaded onto this chute, or I don't know, yeah, chute, I guess. And then they get crushed and shipped down here to the storage. One of the things I noticed immediately upon opening the game is that this is much longer. It was not nearly as long. I think it's only maybe 2 or 4 tiles long, and so it's much longer. And at first I thought we had the later feature of the minecarts available to us. But no, that's just where the game is now. And I think that's just to allow for greater expansion in the future, because way up here, there used to be a wall someplace, and that wall no longer exists. Now we go through 19, and you can see the little icon popping up here. 19 different colors times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 different shielding tiers is what I look at them as. And you can probably see what else I'm going to show you here in a moment. But so there's a long way to go, and I actually did scroll all the way to the end when I opened it up earlier, and it is quite far. You can just click this home button to come all the way back. But that's only half the game now. What we saw in the demo of clearing out the gems is only half the game. The other half of the game is trees, and once we can start mining trees, which comes later, we don't have access to see that yet. But we can see that there are trees, and the trees have the same things. And according to the email that I got from Gun Studios, the trees have the same number of trees as the number of gems. So the game is twofold. And beyond trees, you can see here there are wands. And I don't know exactly how this works yet, but apparently you hire moose wizards to combine the results from the trees and the results from the gems to make wands. So that's the third half of the game. Yes, there are 3 halves. And those also have different levels here, basically combining different gems with different trees and coming up with all of those different combinations. So, and they're worth different value. So we have all of this here, and our miner's been working away. They've cleared 2 rocks already, and we have a few things we can do with the game. The first thing the game wants us to do is, actually, I'm not sure. Click on that, I guess. This shows the speeds of the currently selected thing, which is the miners, or the default selected thing, miners. We also have the the chutes here, the grinders, but we need to upgrade and add more miners first. So let's go do a few upgrades to this. Kind of let the game run while we talked, just so that we can do, let's get like 4 of them going. And then I want to do a bunch of capacity upgrades here in order to get more stuff going. Let's go ahead and send the storage just so that we can get some more money in here right away. And then I'll do that upgrade. And now all 4 miners have a capacity of 3. I want to do 1 more at least. While that's going, actually this pauses, I think. No, it does not pause. The next stage of the game is the rail carts, the mine carts. So we'll want to get those when we get to $5,000. But we have to wait until we have... I want to do a lot of upgrades before we get to that point. And then we can upgrade the miners to it with a drinking helmet, so that they will increase their maximum speed. And there's a mining cart, and these all have huge costs. Miners saw, larger saw blades, so they can do more damage. Here's the crafting stuff for lumber processing, wand crafting, and wand storage. And then also there's storage fences, increases the amount of storage at the storage platforms, which are those things down here, next to the carts. And storage spillage, enabled toggling storage fences on or off, allowing controlling of gems or sticks to spill over to adjacent storage points. Oh, okay. But we're going to have to wait a little bit on those things because they cost a lot. Even the first thing there costs a lot. We need to upgrade this. We need speed. And let's add a couple of more grinders if we can there. Just to spread this out, because you saw they were trying to fill this in, and they could not because there was not enough space. Add, yeah, 2 grinders should be fine. We just need to upgrade their speed. And then we need to go back probably to this and upgrade some more miners. But that's okay. So when you have the grinders selected like this, it shows the default, or the average, min-max and averages of all of the grinders you have. If you go to the miners here, it tells you their average, their speed stats, the carry capacity, saw speed, and saw damage. And in my opinion, they should always be the same, but obviously when you add more, then you have to worry about upgrading those to match the ones you have already existing. Let's upgrade the speed once more, I think, and then maybe we can go back to miner work here. But we need more money, of course. And they are rapidly loading the minecarts. It takes a little bit of time because these minecarts can carry 64. Why did you leave at 58? They can carry 64. And then it tells you the expected sell value, which is the accumulated value of all of the gems that you have. There's speed on the rail, which you honestly don't need for a long time to upgrade. We can't even upgrade anything on this yet, and then 20 items per second loading into the cart, and we have 2 carts. So that's the third piece of this functionality here. You can click on individual ones, or you can just select the whole group, either by box selecting or not selecting at all. If you're not select at all, then if you have multiple sections, which we'll do later, then you can do upgrading to that. So let's see, that's... Am I still good, or should I go with more speed? I think I should go with more speed. And then we can do more miner speed, so they drive back and forth faster. Capacity to have more storage in the barrels, so now they'll carry 4 instead of 3, was what they were doing before. And then their saw speed, so they cut through the stones faster. We could do that as well. Let's do another speed, and let them go. We're going to have to eventually add more to this. I like a 2-to-1 ratio between the miners and the grinders. I don't know if that's good or not, but it seems like it works well for me. So we'll add more miners at some point in the future, and then we can add more grinders. So we looked at the catalog, we looked at the upgrade menu. There's also a timer here to tell you how long you've been playing. I guess if you wanted to maybe do a speed run or something, you could do it that way, I guess. You know me, if you've watched my channel before, if you're not new because of this video, you know me, I am not a speedrunner. One more of those, and then that costs a lot to go for. Let's go back here, maybe? No, I think we should add more miners now. Let's add 4 more. Well, 2 more, a couple more grinders, and then we can upgrade those grinders to match the speed, or closer to match the speed. You also need to upgrade the capacity on the new ones to match the capacities and the speeds. And I'm watching these numbers up here to see when they all come together. And the average is the same as the min and the max. Or the min and the max are the same, I guess. Either way. One, two, three, four, five, six, and 4. So I can do 2 more miners. And what they'll do is they'll go to whatever's nearest. Right now, later on we can do some control groups, but I don't like to do the control groups until we get the minecarts, because they, I want them to stay with the closest drive for right now, because until we get through the pink and into the blue, it doesn't really make a difference, other than catching these handful of yellows, which are actually worth 1,000, but they have 150 hearts worth of damage, whereas the pinks are only worth 2, but they have 1 heart worth of damage, so they cut really fast per stack. 1 heart times 10, and $2 times 10. So there's 10 gem pieces in here, and each one will cost 1 heart to harvest. And you can see kind of how long it takes there. And they'll give us $2 for each gem piece. And then this one is 10 also, but it's 150 and 1,000. Get these speeds upgraded. And then we can do the saw speed upgrade once. And I think we could do another capacity upgrade for everybody. So we're now up to 8 and 4. 8 miners here. And then the grinder upgrades you can kind of see also from this. Oh, we also need to upgrade 2 of their speeds. There we go. That'll help. The outside 2 were slower speed. And I think I eventually want to get to 16 and 8 as my block. But we'll see how that goes as we get there. For right now, 4 is a good number of grinders to work with, I think. Let's do some more capacity upgrades. And you can see, you know, based on the cost, how much things are worth. And so maybe you do the cheapest one each time. Maybe not. I mean, obviously, adding grinders only helps for so long. Adding miners only helps for so long, really. But in the improvements for each of the grinders and each of the miners, at least. So I think what I'd like to do is take the first break right now and come back when it's time to unlock the minecarts. Be right back. And welcome back. It's been about 10 minutes. We recorded about 10 minutes of gameplay, and it's been about 10 minutes since then, according to the timer. And I have advanced to $5,000 worth of credit, and I've also expanded out to 16 miners, 8 grinders, and a decent amount of upgrades for each of those. Along the way, though, we get a third category of upgrades here, the storage cart upgrades, where we can increase the storage cart count to 4 so that they can make contact with all 8 of those pads now and pick up all the stuff. You can increase the storage amount, you can increase their speed, and the speed is again just the rail travel speed, so it's not really necessary at this point. But the thing we waited this long for is now slightly unavailable to me, but we'll get it in just a moment. But in the meantime, we have 2 yellow gems that we've reached, and while they take 150 times the amount of time to cut through for each gem, they also give us 500 times the value for each fragment of each gem. So that's really a really nice improvement upgrade once you can get that far in. And if we look at the catalog, not wands but gems, that's way down here. So that's the 17th, and we're still on the 1st. So once we get that far in the actual game, you can see that we will be raking it in quite a bit. And then you kind of get cheaper again, because they go back to $2 a piece, but they're worth more charges, and then they get more expensive again, and they get cheaper again, and they get more expensive again, all the way through a dozen or so different categories there. The first one delivered. We have some yellow chalk here in the thing, which means that our amount of money is going to go up by quite a bit, because we just delivered some yellow gems into the minecarts, and That's going to shoot up. There it goes. Okay, so let's do a couple things here. Let's group these guys into control group 1. That's down here. Create a new control group. And you can move the camera then to the control group flag once you set it. We haven't set it yet. You can also set the control group flag, which we'll do in a little bit after we get minecarts going. So let's go into the upgrade menu and buy the rails. And that'll give us the ability to add rail length here and little minecarts that go back and forth, which means that we can force the drop-off point to be up here further, and then we can, then they will dig faster this way and not spread out so much, because they're again going to dig to the nearest gem from their drop-off point. They changed their behavior too between the just dropping off to the chutes here at the grinders and the minecarts. They'll drop off to a minecart that is, I thought, that is partially occupied rather than just filling in the nearest one. So they will spread themselves out a little bit more with this. I guess maybe this one already registered or something. That's probably it. And they'll spread themselves a little bit more so you don't have as much of a side heavy load as you did before we added these. If you saw before, there was a bunch packed up here, and the middle ones are basically empty. Let's add some more rail length. Every 2 segments of rail length you add, you can add 1 additional minecart count, which is a double cart, but it's a cart. You're counting it as a cart. And that's just because the length of that is 1 unit, and you need 2 units for them to travel. And you can have exactly half of the length of the rail covered in minecarts. So I'd like to extend these out. We can also increase their speed. Maybe a couple of times I could do that. I'd like to increase their speed out here, or their distance out here, so that the miners don't have to travel nearly as far to bring themselves into this. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll be right back again. Okay, and we're back. So I have given them a chance to remove those 2 pesky yellow stones. There's one over here still, but I also did push the minecarts up just a bit more here. I've also been doing some minecart speed upgrades as we go, and I think I did a little bit more capacity here. Yeah, now at 12, we could probably do a little bit more speed and saw speed, I think. Spend some of this cash we've earned here. Maybe another one of those. And then what I'd like to do next is set the control group flag. And what this will do is it'll limit the number of columns that they can work in. So we'll do, first off, we'll do the 8 that are sort of centered on the rails here. And then I want to add in 1, 2, 3, 4 to each side. And that'll give us 16 columns for the 16 miners. And I think that'll work out best. At least for now. And then in the future, when we add another station, we'll add another station a little bit of space apart. So we'll probably have like 8 spaces apart, and then another space of 8, or a station of 8 that has a flag space that is right up against this. And then we can have multiple mining trains digging through here. And so So that's kind of the next task. We did just hit the blue, which gave us an achievement for hitting that. We also got an achievement for clearing our first gold one, our first yellow one. And so then we are just kind of proceeding. Now that we're hitting the blue, that means that we have a little bit more value coming in, $11 for each one, but they have a 5 health rating there, versus the other ones, which were $2 per, and the 1 health rating. So you kind of get a little bit of an upgrade going from the pinks to the blues. And that's why you want to build these long train tunnels here to keep them out here and keep them pushing their way into the deeper and deeper ones. Because the further you go, the more value they are. So, and you want to try and keep the distance here short so that the miners don't have to come back and forth very far. So I'm going to do a little bit more upgrade for them too. And I don't know why they're not mining this one. It's weird, but I don't know. I thought they would go to the nearest one. They would get to hit the shortest one, but they're not. Are you going to do that one now? Somebody is. No, nope, maybe not. Oh, maybe? Maybe not. Okay. It's like they're avoiding it for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. But I don't really want to extend these minecart rails out any further until we get there. Why did that one not get upgraded? Weird. Like it's bugged out. Oh, it can't go any further because that's there. Okay. So I do need to stop here then for a little while. So will you please mine this? You can move these guys, and maybe we should try to do that. Let's click on this one and pick it up and put it right there. Will you take this one, please? There you go. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Just go ahead and tear all that out. And then we can do this rail length there and then add one more cart to that one. And that'll be good. Okay. So, yeah, you don't want them to get very close. Otherwise, you'll have problems. And we don't want problems. So we'll get rid of that as fast as we can. Let's see. Capacity is at 12. I kind of like 12s. I even have 16 miners and 8 of these. So maybe I want a higher capacity. Maybe I want to go all the way up to 16 capacity for them or even further. That just means they drive back and forth less often, so that's not a bad thing. This means they cut through it more. We should do more saw damage, though. I should have done that. That way each turn of the saw gives 2 damage instead of 1. That's kind of nice to have. And we are not really falling behind at all. We're just continuing to dig through. So kind of the next milestone, I think, is going to be to add that extra station. And we could do that at any time. Or we could let them dig through a little bit further. When do we get the upgrade for the lumber processing? At 10,000. Oh, we can do that already. Well, let's go ahead and do that first then. Let's unlock that, which is going to, of course, cost a small fortune. How do we do... I guess we do another group for that? I guess it's still the same miners. So we can add some miners in here. 2, 3, 4 to start with. There they go. Look at those trees. Then they go through a saw, and then they turn into branches. Okay. And we're going to do the same kind of setup for them, where we have minecarts. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we would do the same kind of setup for them. So let's give them a control group. We'll make them control... Oh, timber! Cut down a tree. Achievement earned. I should have gotten... Oh, because the tree actually vanished this time. Okay, should have gotten that earlier, but that's why we didn't. Set a control group for them. Put it in here. And we'll expand that out to 8 and 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 out there. And then 1, 2... Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4 out there. And then that'll get us the 16 we need for me to continue adding miners to. We, of course, want them to have more... saw capacity and things. 2, 3, 4. That puts us at 8. And then let's do a saw damage, a bunch of saw speeds. Let's also open up this info screen here. Because, yep, and then capacity for sure, so they don't have to drive back and forth so much. Bunch of speed until we spend all of our money. But hey, we're getting... wood in the cart now. Oh, interesting. You need to send that. Oops, that's the wrong button. I pressed to send minecarts, which is this one. So they're loading trees, but they're also not loading enough trees to go faster, and this stuff's building up in the meantime. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind too. I didn't think about that being a problem. But it is. It is a problem. Because they'll only fill up, apparently, 1 pair of carts with each type of material. So that's a problem. Trying to help them get this minimized before they get too much stockpiled up there. In the meantime, I can also work on upgrading those miners a bit. Let's see. There we go. Saw speed. Okay, everybody's even now. All 24. And that means we can start adding more of these, and we're also going to need to do some minecarts out here too. I do like that it loads really fast though. Like it loaded that fast. So at least we can keep things moving. I just wish that it would fill that 4th cart. Okay, let's go ahead and add 8 more miners down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Increase the speeds here. Increase the capacities on those. And the saw speeds on those. Let's keep it going. And you guys are staying within your lane there. That's good. Oops. Saw damage. And the saw speed. Uh-oh. I haven't been upgrading these. These grinders, speeds. And we have loading issues? Or you're just trying to eat through that still? Just trying to eat it through it still. Okay. We still have... all the grinders are at the same level now. That's good. Yep, 120. Okay. Oops. Well, at least now we should be getting things loaded a bit faster. That'll be good. Let's go back to the minecarts, and then we can start working, or the miners, and then we can work on rails. Saw speed, and there we go. Okay, so now we can work on rails for these folks, which is just about time to do so anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll add some of these in here, and some speed too. There we go. They're all the same speed now. That's a heavy tree. Cut down a gold tree. Oh, nice. All right. Well, good. They've at least cleaned out the storage here quite a bit. This is going to need some additional length here because they're driving quite a ways. But I wanted to try and let these get caught up a little bit. Because as we upgrade the rails now, we have to kind of get... We can upgrade them all at the same time. So I wanted to try and keep up on that. This gold tree is going to slow us down a little bit, but I'm also unclear as to whether more than one cart can actually mine a resource now. It used to not, it didn't seem like it was that way in the demo, but maybe they can now, although then I would like more of them to work on this gold one to get it done faster. But maybe they can't. And we're going to probably need to actually increase the speed because these guys are going too slow. How much did you... Okay, you're full. That's good. Let's increase this speed a little bit. That way it drives back and forth a little bit faster. Now these are backing up more than the stone stuff is, which is fine. Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get through this, and we'll even them out by sort of meeting in the middle a little bit. And you can also see how much of the minecart is actually getting filled up. And whether you want to send it early or not is up to you, but that way you can see how much of it's getting filled up. Like that. I don't know why it doesn't look full, though. That's kind of weird. Alright, come on, get this tree gone. I wish it told you also how many more charges you have left. It only shows the total number of charges, not how many charges that it has. So it's kind of an interesting difference there, too. I think it would be interesting information to know that I have 2 charges left of the 10, or I have, you know, hundreds or something. Or, well, there's not that many, but you know what I mean. Like, I have a lot or I have a few. Wait a minute. Are you supposed to be over there? You're not. You're not in control group. That's why. Oops. Uh-oh. I screwed up now. There. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. You're not in the control group because I added you all later. There should be 16 in there now. Yes, good. Okay. Stay within your lane, please. It's fine. I mean, it's not a problem, but I wish that I had noticed that they didn't have control group flags on them. I'm Team 2. I'm Team 2. And let's see how these guys are. Almost to Section 3 now, which is going to have a value of $21. And 10 health. Versus this one's, what is that, 5 health? Yeah, 5 health. So the health doubles, the money doubles, or more, it seems, in some cases. Because we get out here to these, which are 1,100 and only 150, so it's like, what's that, like 1 to almost 8, like 7 times more. All right, we got to level 2 on the trees now, too. But we're still trying to get through some of these. Wait, you still... Somehow the control group got cleared. Okay. I don't know how I did that. I'm sure I did it, but I'm not sure how I did it. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Stay in your lane, please. I wish it told you the width of the control group, but I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's better. Okay. And then you still have a flag up here, right? Yes. Good. Alright, this is nearly gone. You can tell finally that the tree is getting a little bit small. Or you can see they're smaller, because you can see that one doesn't have a trunk anymore. So I guess they do shrink. Yeah, they're shrinking. Okay. I'm just not paying attention. Let's all be surprised. Each level gets a little bit shorter on the tree. So this one is going to be probably gone in, what, 1, maybe 2 more twigs? And this one's got a few more than that. But they have 150 health, so it takes a little while. Got a lot of money to spend, too. We could probably also look at the next upgrade. But I think we can take another quick break and then come back in the next segment and add another station to these to expand this even more. And I'm going to try and get these out to an even point here, and then we'll do that. So I'll be right back. And welcome back again. We have made it about halfway into the third color of trees now. We've had a few yellow trees along the way, which have given us some pause, but they're eating through them pretty well now, and I think we all have everybody up to the same speed. I think I'm going to do this saw damage on these so they just eat through things a little bit faster. We could also do a few other upgrades here, perhaps just kind of spreading it around a little bit. There, like that. I have kept the rails up and running. We could probably add a few more of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. Yeah, we can do 6 of those. And then 3 more carts. We could do some more speed. I'm not as concerned about their speed because they don't have to go that far. They really don't. It's not like we have extra capacity here, so I'm less concerned about that. And then the grinders all seem to be keeping up pretty well. When they get a large glut of things, they dump it down here, but then it goes fine. I mentioned this earlier, but one of the things that kind of bothers me is that if one half is waiting, the train won't leave. And I kind of wish that would be an enhancement that he would do to the game, or they would do to the game. Got to the 4th color of stone. We were just going up there to look, so that if the cart was here and there wasn't anything to load on one side, but the other side had stuff waiting, the cart would just leave and come back, like, and then load more evenly or fairly or whatever. Yeah, we just hit that next level of stone there. That's nice. We're just going to keep cutting through there, but what I want to do now is change or add some more grinders. We're going to do them all on the left side. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Which will add the 4 spaces that these are occupying, that we don't need. And then we're going to add 4 more, which will add the 4 spaces that the next group's wings will be. And then we're going to add 8 more, which will be the next group's actual minecarts. And that should hopefully be It won't tell me how many it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so that's 16. And then we need to create a new group of miners here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wish you could do this easier. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then I want to upgrade only these 8, which is the tough part here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to upgrade them to have more speed. Let's see. I think one more. And that's it for the moment. And then on those 8, I also want to add rail upgrades. Just to those 8. And if I don't do this, if I don't select them, then it's going to upgrade all of these 32 on this side and on this side. And we don't want to do that. Actually, wait a minute. We need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, we need to do 8 here. Because remember, it also added over here, which we need to deal with in a little bit. We need to add some rail link to these, maybe. Or maybe not. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to take these guys, though, make them control group 3, and put their control group flag down. And then we're going to set them to there, so that it's right up against control group 1's flag. You see that there. 3's flag is here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I hope. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 of those. And then we need to do some of their upgrades. Speeds. Capacities, of course. We got them up to 14 on the other one, so we'll get those up there. Saw speed for sure. And then saw damage. There we go. So now those are competitive. Wait a minute. How did that get moved again? Doggone it. How am I doing this? Back over here. Everybody turn around. You're going to come over here and mine something and then drive all the way back up there again. Alright, that's fine. I did it. I did that before and I did it again. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it somehow with the clicking. With things selected. Okay, so that takes care of this side, except for the minecart rails. We need to also add 16 more over here, too. Miners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Control group 4. And then we'll set control group 4's flag at here, I think. Yes. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the gold, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That should be 4 beyond this, and it is. Good. Okay, so that's good. Don't mess with it. Everybody hopefully went back up here. They are. Okay, good. So now we need to look at doing rails, but not quite yet. I want to add, or not quite yet for everybody, but I want to point out that if you add rails now, it will add to 32 rails length. There's a setting in the settings under gameplay. Yeah, rail build mode. Decides how the rail length button works when nothing is selected. Basic adds rail to the columns that have the shortest rail, including lanes that have no rails built yet. Or Advanced adds rail to the columns that have the shortest rail, excluding any lanes that have no rails built yet. And so I think I want to go to Advanced. But I want to make sure, so now when I do this, it's the 16 that we have that are super long, going from length 62 to 63. If I select the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these, then I can just upgrade those, and it will actually let me start from 0 on those. So 1, 2, for now. Be another cart level there. Excuse me. And they're going to need some speed, too. Oh, you went to there instead of going to the rail? Interesting. Okay. I'm going to leave them there, though. We're going to come down here and do the same. To these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we need a little bit more tree clearing getting done here before we can do more of this. Okay. No problem. So then our minecart's way too short, and we're actually getting behind on it now. We're going to have to deal with that too, but I want to make sure we can deal with this properly. I need you to come over here, though, and you're not doing it, because you're not delivering to the carts for some reason. Is it because of the distance isn't that great? Maybe. Maybe. Let's do some upgrades to this, then. So we want to add carts to, not to 6, but I think to 8. We could do more, but I think at least 8 for now. Load speed is fine. Speed, we could do an upgrade to that, maybe? Yeah, I think we need to upgrade our speed. A few. We could increase the storage amount, too, but I don't think we need to do that just yet. But having more carts means that we can load a more uneven amount of things, which I think is important here. Also, I think I need to do a speed upgrade on these. 120. And so the problem now is going to be that it's going to upgrade all of the grinders, which I guess the grinder speed isn't that bad. So we could probably just afford to do all of them. Yeah, we'll just do them all. Even the middle ones that aren't being used as much, because there might be spillover into them, and so it doesn't hurt to do those. But why haven't you done this? You guys. Nope. Those guys. There we are. Rail. And, that one. Okay, come over here and do this one, please. Have you guys started using the carts yet? No. Okay. Make sure I only select those. There we go. Do a bunch more and let's see if they start delivering to there now. Oh, you're come over here now. Okay, they're delivering here now at least. Interesting. It wasn't what I expected either, but it's okay. Finally, I can do this one, I think. Nope, I need one more tree cleared there. Alright, fine. It'll get there. Unfortunately, I think the wand crafting is... Actually, it's not that far off. I suppose we could take a look at that still in this episode. We're getting a little bit longer than I wanted to get to, though. But we could do some wand crafting in another 15,000. So I think I will pause and come back again, and we'll take a quick look at that before we finish up for the for this episode. Welcome back again. The trees have gotten into the green just now, which is the next color section, and the stones have been there for a little while on this side. This side, I'm getting the minecarts a little bit longer, so these are slowing down. So are the trees on that side too, but that means these are speeding up, or these are catching up, which is what I intended to happen as well. So these are catching up, those are catching up. I gotta be careful here and not extend these too fast, because this column keeps getting left behind, because they will go to the nearer ones rather than that one, to the ends of these. So even though they're dumping this off kind of in the middle, they're actually basing their proximity on the end of the rail, not the beginnings, or not any rail. So this one was falling behind, so I need to let this one catch up. While the others folks work on these that are further away, this one will go a little bit faster, and that's why these are slowing down too. But I also spent a crap ton of money on upgrades and things for the rails, and also for the storage carts here, because I wanted to go ahead and add the additional carts, and I added some speed, which was not cheap. So I let the game run again for another 15 minutes or so to get back to the money, and now we have the money. So let's buy wand crafting. And I have no idea how this is going to work. So let's go here, and we need to buy crafters. Upgrade 24 crafters wands per craft. Speed. I don't know where these go. How do these work? Grade 1. Reach a company value of $1 million. Musillionaire. How do we... It's weird that it's like, oh, crazy number. But 24, is that... It's all of those. Okay, so add 1. Oh, look, there they are. Craft a wand. Okay, and then they need some speed. And they're complaining over here because they don't have stuff yet. Alright, so they're crafting wands. That's good. The wands are going to give us even more value, right? Per the catalog here. Yeah, 25 for the basic one, which is not even what we're making, but for the basic pink will be 25 versus presumably 2 and 3. Although I don't know if that's the case or not, but if that's the case, then the money's going to be ridiculous coming in. We're at, we'll call it green stones here, and close to green trees. So we're kind of in this range per wand right now, depending on which one we're actually cutting right now. Mostly green stones, but the trees might be a little bit different. Let's see. Yeah, all green stones, actually, unless we get some gold stones in there. All green. And that, well, no, because we have these here, too. So we have some orange and some purple, as well as the trees are orange, purple, and green. So, yeah, so we are, back in the catalog, we are doing these 3, those 3, and those 3 together, basically. So we're getting somewhere between 220 and 450 per wand right now, which is a decent chunk, I think. So we can definitely do some more upgrades for those. We can add more crafters. 24 crafters wands per craft. There's speed. I like how they're kind of floating above there like that. That's kind of fun. Then they have a storage as well that they use. So yeah, instead of the stuff being loaded into the cars, the wagons now, it's being used up here, but it won't, apparently won't even load any of it in, even if it gets backed up like these wands are. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some more rail upgrades, because I think it's time. Oh, yes, it is. And look, we caught up. We're now even here, and even up here. And we can even keep going further so that we can try and get these things caught up. You're into mostly the purples now, so this is still the farthest one behind. So we can do a couple more of these, but I don't want to do too many, again, because of the one on the far left over there being a little bit behind. So we'll let that keep catching up with us. But at least it's going to catch up faster because it's closer, so it doesn't have to drive as far. But now the money gets ridiculous because we're now up, not earning so much money we don't know what to do with it. The big problem here is all these wands stacking up, or all these twigs stacking up, rather. And I'm afraid that that's going to eventually become a problem. Where's all the... Oh, here it comes now. One of the things, I don't know if I showed this or not, I don't think I did. Maybe in the demo play I did. But as the wagon comes in, the stuff will spread out so that it doesn't, so they can still unload, which is why I did end up upgrading these middle ones, because the stuff could spread out from one of these wagons, 2 or 3 in each direction. So I think that's a good plan. And then they can craft all the wands they want. Magic. All right. Let's keep going. How are you doing down here? A couple more. Sorry, I'm confusing everybody. Then let's do maybe some more capacity. Yeah, let's get up to 20 capacity. We can add some speed then to a couple of those. Saw speed for sure. And then saw damage. Of course, why not? A couple of those too. So we're kind of up into the 40,000 range now. And then we can do... that's everybody. I just upgraded all 64 miners. So that's everybody. We could look at the grinders, although I think the grinders are doing just fine at that speed. They're at 240 RPM right now. Yeah, they're doing just fine there. And the storage minecarts, maybe I want more speed, but I think we're doing okay there too, because you can see they're stacking up there. Although, maybe you do need more storage up here. Maybe. Maybe not. Because they're waiting on more stuff to come in. Here it comes now. Okay, so let's do more, and this is where the rail upgrades and then the miner upgrades I think are the ones you do the most. And really the rail upgrades you do the most is the length here, just to keep things kind of moving. Yeah, that's getting expensive, but it's still dirt cheap compared to some other things. And we're just raking in the money right now. So we'll get these guys caught up, and then that'll be kind of good. But I think that kind of demonstrates the whole game at this point. I don't know if there's more plans or what's kind of going long term. The course goes all the way this way, quite a ways. There is an end. There's an end in all four directions. It's not an infinite course, but it goes a long way in each direction. So you can easily keep adding more of those stations and keep adding more and more miners and more stuff to collect, and then you'll end up with, you know, millions, billions, quadrillions of money that you don't know what to do with, basically. But that'll come another time, I think. Yeah, we're still going to the left, by the way. That'll come another time if there's interest for additional play of this game. But if you're interested in the game, check it out on Steam. It's on sale for the first launch week. The game released on Friday the 10th. It's on sale till Friday the 17th. And it's a $10 game that's on sale for $8. We're still going to the left, by the way. There's more and more yellows I see, though, as we keep going, I think. And so let me know your thoughts on the game. If you're going to play it, if you play it, you know, come to Discord. You can see the link in the description below. And post your link, or post a picture of, you know, what you've got or how you're doing, or talk about how you're doing. And we're still going to the left, by the way. And also, you know, check out my other content. I don't usually play idle games. I usually play more active participation games, but I thought this game was interesting to play. So thank you again to the developers for providing me with the key to play this for you, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.